Hey, James, Natalie, and Austin. I thought I'd make this video for you to show you a trick for finding trig ratios involving 30, 60, 90 triangles and 45, 45, 90 triangles. There's two teachers in the room laughing at me right now, so I'm going to do my best to ignore them. But we've got this. All right, so the way that it works, it's called the left-hand rule, and the reason why, we draw our left hand on the board. And if you think about this, this is the first quadrant of our Cartesian plane, right? So we have 0 degrees, we have 30 degrees, we have 45 degrees, and we have 60 degrees. And in radians, don't forget that is pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, and just for good measure, we'll put 90 degrees in here, or pi over 2. All right, so let's say I want you to find the sine. Can you see this? Yes. Let's say I want you to find the sine of 45 degrees. The way I want you to think about this is that for sine, you're looking at the square root of the number of fingers below that angle divided by 2. Can't see that super well. That says the square root of the number of fingers below divided by 2. And for cosine, you're looking at the square root of the number of fingers above divided by 2. All right, so what I mean by this, sine of 45. 45 degrees is the middle finger, so we're looking at the square root of the number of fingers below that 45 degree line, so you're looking at square root of 2 over 2. All right, now let's do something like cosine of pi over 6. Cosine of pi over 6, we're now looking at the ring finger. That's our pi over 6 angle. And you're going to say the square root of fingers above that angle divided by 2. So the number of fingers above that angle, pi over 6, is 1, 2, 3. So you get the square root of 3 over 2. We can do this not just for angles there in the first quadrant. We can technically do it for angles in any quadrant. We just need to think about what's our reference angle. So for instance, if I gave you sine of, let's say, 4 pi over 3. Sine of 4 pi over 3, if I draw a quick sketch, sine of 4 pi over 3 is in the third quadrant. That's this angle here, and our reference angle is going to be pi over 3. So because the reference angle is pi over 3, we're going to use our left-hand rule again. Pi over 3 is the index finger. Sine is the number of fingers below. So the square root of the number of fingers below is the square root of 3 over 2. But because we're in the third quadrant, we know that only tangent is positive in the third quadrant. So this has to be a negative ratio. That's the main idea behind it. So the main thing to remember here, sine is the square root of fingers below the angle divided by 2, and cosine is the square root of the number of fingers above the angle divided by 2. There we go. So you got a good look at what I'm talking about. And that is all. Thank you for watching, and see you on